Hello, and welcome to the Sheep Seats. I'm your host, Matthew, aka Sheep, aka Dark Sheep. How's everybody doing tonight? Sorry about the slight delay, but we're here now. We're here. We're going to talk some football, I guess, because baseball's dead, which is sad. Nez is out there somewhere. They don't call him D4RKSH 33P for nothing. We're going to go for the 3P. What's going on at Atlanta Braves? 1993. There's another 3. It's like that Jim Carrey movie. What was that? I don't remember. Where he gets obsessed with the same number showing up everywhere. 3 is the number of the night. The number of the triune God. I don't know. Anyway, before we get totally off tangent, let's get on to our friend Underdog. Let's get on to their favorite site, the one that all our screen time is used on. Yeah, we got home. Oh, man, let's go to results here. We almost got there again last week, actually. Do want to shout myself out here. Well, first of all, shout out to all the other friends that we'll be meeting. D-Rap, Big Shots, Viper. It was all about the Joe Burrow last week. That was what got people there. Jamar Chase just went off, and we did have one Joe Burrow team. Not quite enough. Needed like a long touchdown from James Conner or our friend Jacoby Myers, who is saving myself from myself this week. Apparently he's not. He's now doubtful for this week, and I've been drafting a lot of him already. So I guess we'll be swapping that Jacoby Myers play. But yeah, he almost got us there in that double Cincinnati stack last week. We go check out another tab here, our best ball tab here. We'll pour one out for our pennant teams. As you can see, I haven't finished updating the naming. The first round is officially over, and while we did get 5 advancing teams out of our 38 entries, they are all dead. Not a single one of them can field a full roster in the World Series if they were to get there. So that contest is mostly over. Thanks, Nez. Appreciate it. But yeah, I think I've done a few drafts. I think I've done 4 DBQs so far. We'll probably do a handful of them tonight. Get to our 10 or 12 by Sunday morning. 10, 15, 20. I don't know. Depends on what it's looking like. We need 3 people. Tonight we are 68% full. I did notice last Sunday, that there's quite a few contests that kind of didn't exactly fill. So it seems like people are starting to reach the limits of their original bankroll, and some volume play is going down. I don't know if it was the short slate, or I don't know what it was. The less games, people were interested, but it will be interesting to see how this contest goes. You know, after this week, we'll be halfway through. There's 12 weeks of qualifiers. So it will be interesting to see how these things fill. Obviously, the first couple of weeks they filled rapidly. And I don't think any of these are going to overlay for a couple of weeks now. There might be somewhere in that middle. I wonder, like week 9, 8, 9, something like that, where people are kind of low on their bankroll that are chasing this contest, and they're really backed off a bit. I don't know. Be interesting to see what happens. I am very happy that this contest is just much more just structurally better this year than last year. What's up, Tony Sprocket? We are here. We get pick 4. I have kind of a crazy take this week, but it's kind of, I don't know, looking at some numbers. We'll say that. Still, I know I labeled this the secrets, but I do kind of have one thing that I'm kind of keeping close to my chest until we get that third entry, if and when, and then maybe, I don't know, just going into it, having to compete against so many smart people in the all right, excellent. This is I wanted Lamb or St. Brown here, so that's good for me. Right now, I'm still just building. I'm kind of at the portion of the week after 4 lineups. I'm still building trying to get like some optimal type lineups based on my numbers that I'm not exactly sharing that I was blabbering about before. But yeah, I'm still trying to get some optimal according to my numbers, and I haven't really totally veered off. I built the Aiden O'Connell team double stack, so I built some crazy stuff, but these like core pieces like Amon-Ra, and we'll see what happens at 21 here, but there's a couple of core pieces I'm still mostly building around, and then the last few lineups we'll maybe build a few stacks that we haven't been able to get. Who do we got in here? We got the Asset, Best Ball Viper, Nick is in here, Chris, Nez. Yeah, we got the full red badge. I do want to shout out. I do think that if you stay up on Saturday nights or you get up really early before the grinders like super fill in on Sunday morning, I think those are some decent lobbies on these Dawg Bowls. It's not quite as star-studded. We'll call it that. I don't know what else to call it. I need some sound tonight, so let's turn on some feeding. I really wish I could figure out how to play like other royalty-free music. So if you're out there and I know Nez has been doing his nose strip, the sweaty crew doesn't stay quite super late up. Not all of them, at least. Nez is usually in there. But yeah, Nez has been doing some music on Spotify on his no strip streams, which has been, I haven't been listening because you need Spotify Premium and I'm sometimes cheap on things. Also, like a cool dude. I use YouTube Music because, like I said, I'm cool. All right, so Pepper Prince takes Chuba there. Chuba is right now like a cornerstone piece for me. So I think if he's being taken here, it's an improvement. But he's been underdrafted all week. He's sort of up there at the top for me. And partially why I've been fine avoiding Saquon and Henry types in the first few picks, because there's a few running backs like Chuba that you can get in this part of the draft. So that has been a strategy so far, but if that's going to change, that I actually don't mind that, because then I can mix up my ideas a little bit more. Jake Ferguson really seems weird to me at this high a price. The projections agree that he should be there, but just he doesn't have that alpha tight end mindset or piece, not my piece, that attribution in my mind or most people's mind. But I guess I don't even. This is embarrassing. I don't even know. Yeah, he's got a consistent target target share, but I don't know that it's that much better than some of these guys later. All right. All right. We're going to smash Mike Evans here. I think. And yeah. We're going to. Oh, I missed my pick. All right, that's fine. We're going to smash Mike Evans here. I don't know. Tampa Bay seems to be in a really nice spot this week. And might get another core piece here. All right, Tanktail goes. This is interesting. I haven't taken any Devonta Smith. All right. Yeah, we're going to go running back here. Bucky, J.K. Dobbins have moved into this tier, I think, with James Conner, with the news as is. But I think we're just going to go James Conner here and get our core running back, because I think it gets pretty thin this week if you want to run a one running back. Like, there's so many questions here. Eckler, Dowda, Gibson. I mean, Trey Sermon might be my favorite in this group, with him officially in a decent role. So Tony here is talking about, with the Chuba projection and him being maybe slightly undervalued, putting him together with Henry is another way to attack it, and I do not hate that for sure. But I'm sort of at the point where it feels like Saquon, and this is probably going to be dumb every week that I keep saying it, but Saquon and Derrick Henry are just being drafted above their projection. Like we've seen the ceiling from those guys. Obviously, they have huge workloads. Henry is game script dependent. So, I don't know. I'm out on those two guys until they get reasonably priced, which is probably silly. Everybody out there is probably making fun of me for that, because they just keep smashing each week. So yeah, I use a couple of sources, sort of not totally giving away that whole secret sauce to what I've been doing and having success with, just because I'm still shooting for that third entry, and I'm also I'm going to be going against a lot of really smart people, so I'm just trying to keep that one very slight edge to myself. But I use a few, and I use them in different ways. So it's nothing like magic. I don't have like a magic formula. It's just more, I'm looking at a few and using them to make my decisions on what the field is doing to what those numbers are saying, and knowing what the field is doing based on what numbers there. It's a whole thing that I'm probably not getting that much edge from it, but maybe I am. I definitely do not know football. Yes, I think this is more accurate. I know drafts, so been at these drafts a while. I was looking at they were going down memory lane over on the Bad Bros stream. That made me pull up like the first baseball contest, opening day 2021. So yeah, we've been on the clock for 3 years, so it feels nice to get some results out of it, to be completely honest. Back to this. Yeah, I think this is super interesting. Like putting Brown and Hurts together. I haven't done it. That might be on my list of what I kind of want to get to this week. All right, what do we got? Do we have any stacks starting here? All right. We're going to get our tight end here. I think wide receiver is fairly flat at this point. So I'm not super in need to grab one, and kind of see something. I don't think it's going to happen. We got too many picks before it's our next pick, but taking Goddard there with the chance to maybe get a minor stack, a mini stack. Oh no, okay, Mari Cooper goes there, who I'm just going to keep drafting because of target volume and air yards and that good stuff. All right. So where is the Godwin drafter? Pepper Prince has Godwin, does not have a QB. Dowdle's interesting to go with St. Brown. I think we're gonna who am I kidding? Somebody already took unstacked. The asset took unstacked Baker Mayfield, so never mind. We are not going to try to push Baker Mayfield all the way back. Don't think he would have made it. So given that, maybe I wish I would have gone Dowdle there and then, because at this point we're probably going with a Goff, St. Brown stack. So yeah, that's I kind of regret that. I kind of wish I had taken Dowdle and made that that three man from the same game stack, but instead we get a little Mike Evans, Rashid Shaheed. Obviously, this, speaking of not knowing ball, I know absolutely nothing about this guy, Spencer Radler. So I couldn't even begin to tell you where or how to take him. He's pretty low, yeah. He's pretty low on the projections. But if you're playing on DK, he's like min price, so I do think... I don't know if he has a skill set to complement Shaheed, but okay, this is good. It's better that I don't know anything about him, but yeah, no, I kind of wish, yeah, regrets there. I wish I had taken Dowdle. I mean, so when it comes down to it, that stack was going to be Goff, Amon-Ra, and Dowdle, which is not the most. If you look at the R squared values and all those fancy stat stuff, running back to quarterback on pass catcher on the opposite side don't have super huge correlation, but it's better than nothing. And I don't know, what other Dallas piece, Tolbert is going. Like, 5 targets at Pittsburgh for Turpin and a run. I mean, that's not nothing. But that's where we are. And now we're just gonna queue up Goff here. Let's see if anybody's doing anything interesting at the end here. Wicks, McConkey, who seems like he has some potential this week. Seems to be the main guy there in Charger land. And seems to be a good last round pick. Yeah, put him with Justin Herbert, like that with Prince. Obviously, Herbert doesn't project for a ton with that run game. Williams, Sermon. Yeah, these guys are getting there. Yeah, they're doing the Green Bay double here. Yeah, I like this with a late Trey Sermon. That's a nice build. Let's see what our friend Nez has got going here. Gibbs in the first. Ferg plus Prescott. A little Eckler. There's the spice. The Xavier Legette. I have not seen him gone in even a Dawg Bowl yet. That is spicy. Both tight ends from Baltimore getting. I don't know how anybody's taking Mark Andrews right now. I guess. I don't know. Keeps going back that well. Little Fields, Pat action there for Nick. Viper has a. Yeah, so it seems like Anthony Richardson is going to play, as well as Downs and Pittman. So it seems like that whole team, other than Jonathan Taylor, that was questionable, is going to play. Interesting to see Stroud undrafted. Where do we have our Stroud drafters? So G-Strat took Daniels with Dell. Stephon Diggs. Cognition took Kyler. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't get what people are doing in this contest. I don't get it. Let's get in another one. People are just trying to hit the nuts and put in no correlation, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm happy that people will do that when it comes down to it. All right, we snap filled, so probably a lot of the same names. Yeah, so Larson again, Chris, Hatzazos, Grinder. Don't recognize Metro Thuman, Pepper Prince, WE's in here, Vipers in here. Yeah, so the whole bunch of names here. It's last time, and we get pick 4 again. So let's see what falls to us. I might have to my words and maybe take Barkley or Henry if they come to us. Now that I said it, I'm scared of saying it out loud. It really feels dumb when you say it, but ultimately, like, Kamara's going 10. I haven't even begun my, speaking of running back rants, this is probably just too projection pilled for how I am, but Gibbs and Montgomery both going in the top 20 just does not compute for me. I know, okay, all right, look at these numbers. Like, these guys are getting work, they're splitting work, they have these consistent numbers, but they just steal from each other. So it's one thing to say, and we'll do it here. We'll take a Barkley team. Do we? No, we're not gonna. We're gonna stick to our guns here. Let's get a little AJ Brown and see if we can get Hurts to fall back to us. So, those of you screen sniping or whatever you want to call it, we're just gonna stick to our guns here. And we're going to take this AJ Brown. Obviously scary going with AJ Brown this week, coming off so much time. A hammy injury, leg injury, I don't know, soft tissue injury. That is always scary. Re-aggravate. Maybe he's not used to his full extent in the first game back, but gotta assume if they kept him out for 3 weeks, had a extra week off with the bye, gotta assume if he's coming back, he's full go. Otherwise, why are they bringing him back? Especially with Smith clearing concussion protocol. Gotta assume. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play for that AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts back here. And I think I've found that each week I have a really hard time taking a quarterback in the first 2 rounds. Just seems like the projections are so flat each week that and I get it. Ceiling projections, the amount of times Lamar gets to a ceiling compared to Jared Goff, who we just took in the last draft, is probably not comparable. But yeah, I just find that I'm projection pilled occasionally, and it's worked 2 weeks. So I mean, the other weeks, if you looked at, I had that one last week, Chase, the Joe Burrow double. I had one Joe Burrow double, and then everything else didn't cash. So maybe I'm just running good on the outlier outcomes, and my thinking that I have something going on is wrong. But full of confidence. All right, Pepper Prince does not want us to get AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts. Does not like fun. Does not want us to have fun. It's just mean. It's not nice. Not nice at all. I'm wearing my Packers sweatshirt today, and I haven't even talked about the Packers. They seem fine. Take Reed, make a Packer stack. Why not? That Arizona game, I don't know. They just have not been on my radar in terms of where I'm looking. All right, so we got AJ Brown. talked about him before. Hugh Hubbard, let's go with it. He's just the dude there in Carolina. And that, since Andy Dalton has come, it's worked out. He's been scoring points. He is, I don't know what percentages, whatever. I couldn't even tell you who his backup is. So I guess that means something. What's everybody sipping on this evening? I've got a Bullet pre-made old-fashioned cocktail. Bullet bourbon. Sometimes you get lazy and you want an old-fashioned. Buy the pre-made. It's a little too sweet when it comes down to it, but it'll do in a pinch. I wonder if you can build. Maybe I'll be trying for this too. Maybe I'm just gonna get in one of these and say screw it to ADP and try and get this Godwin Evans double stack too. Sometime I get in and draft and I'm over here, I might shoot for one of those teams. I mean, yeah, and that's sort of how I've been playing, because I'm not super max, like the most I've done 1 week is 20. Oh man, this stinks. Devonta Smith's here. I wish we would have got him. But we're gonna take James Conner. We're gonna build a double running back team here. I like this combo here. Lead wide receiver, 2 solid running backs that that can put up points. Like I said, they probably don't have the ceiling of Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley that we're talking about so much, but either of those guys have, a 60%. Both those guys have 60% game. And Connor and Chuba have 80% of their ceiling. Where they're in the same boat. We've got AJ Brown over Mike Evans. I don't hate, but Terry McLaurin, Marvin Harrison, etc. Yeah, Larson, I like this again. This CD. Laporta, start this stack here. Viper going with Dowdle and Ferg. That's an interesting combo. Definitely not the correlation combo that you see too often. The tight end and the running back on the same team. Be interesting to see where he goes. Is he looking at taking Dak? I wonder. Interesting. Yeah, Brent Stakes and Smith, which makes sense. They might even be able to get Devonta. They might even get Goddard back. We'll see. I know that would be my priority there. Cognition is just taking whatever their rankings say. Something, I don't know. The second time they've taken unstacked quarterback that doesn't make any sense early. Maybe it's not the second time. Maybe I'm confusing already with somebody else in the last draft. But will be interesting this week on Najee with Jalen Warren randomly back. See where how much Warren actually plays and eats into the Harris work. What did Harris do last week? I know 2 weeks ago I was big on him. He did not put up much. Yeah. A bunch of attempts again, barely any yardage, real inefficient. A couple of receptions, which is, obviously if we knew he was getting receptions, we'd be happy. But it has not been there yet for him. Taking Austin Eckler now. I wonder how much early Austin Eckler people had. All right, Cooper goes. All right, so what are we looking to do here? What are we looking to do? We got a Carolina-Atlanta game started. Arizona-Green Bay. Green Bay feels hard to play without Kraft. That's a good point there, Billy. Don't understand why they don't have a set of separate APs for 12-person drafts. I kind of don't hate it, just because it feels like you can take advantage of things. All right, what are we doing here? Let's get something that... Yeah. Let's go for something that I've been wanting to build, but I have not put together yet. It is interesting. Like, another question mark this week is I've been taking Pickens. Nobody's really taking this low snap count that he had last week into super consideration with projections, it seems like. I mean, he still had 7 targets. Frustrated with reduced snaps. Yeah, and it seems like something that team was upset with. I don't know. I don't have any idea. But it seems like they were upset with him or something, and they didn't. I don't know. He didn't play as much, but going against, even if he plays limited against Vegas, he could put up a monster score. Yeah, right. They want to win. If he's slacking at practice or games, whatever reason, they want to win. They want to play George Pickens. They don't have. I couldn't even name who they. Oh yeah, Pittsburgh, Kelvin Austin, Van Jefferson. What are we doing here? You're gonna play George Pickens. All right. Feels silly. We could take Goddard with Brown and just say that Philly's going to go off, but this is a team I want to build this week. I wanted a Pittsburgh double stack. Now we just need somebody to not get silly, which, we got Viper. He could get silly on quarterback. We got Viper and Wynn that need quarterbacks. Pittsburgh doubles what we're going. Ooh, that's going deep. In a 6-man building the double Pittsburgh stack. That's going deep. I like that. And looking back at one of the reasons I wanted this is looking back at the drafts that I've been in so far. There's a lot of Pickens fields. There's a lot of Freiermuth fields, but if now that I'm building the stack, I want to increase that and go the double, because when you're competing against the other fields teams that have one piece, just adding that extra correlation just feels right to me. Viper is stealing the Nez plays. He's got the Nez playbook open. He did not take a quarterback. Let's see. He could go. He'd go with Jameson. I don't think he's going to go Dalton. Only sickos are going deep enough on Dalton this week. But maybe he's sick enough. He qualified last week. He's got that big bankroll this week. Maybe he's going deep. All right, Win takes Stroud. So now it's just up to you, Viper. Are you going to take him on us? It's our backup plan. What is the backup plan? Ooh. Not have a good backup plan. Oh, I bet Red Viper's going to take Richardson, but he's going to be our backup plan. Rushing quarterback. Definitely. Yeah, that's a nice backup plan. Okay, that's interesting. Assuming those two guys, Chuba and Deontay, are the dudes that score the points there, and Dalton doesn't have to have a ceiling game, and then you get a ceiling game from a rushing quarterback. Definitely like that idea. All right, here it is, Viper. What are you going to do to us? Oh, he did it! Viper, I'm sorry if you're watching or if you're not watching. Anyway, I'm sorry for doubting just how big of a sicko you are. I should have known. I should have known better. I apologize wholeheartedly, Viper. All right. So we got our core pieces, Chuba, Connor, Brown, and then we got our end around double stack. Love it. Let's see if we get any weird picks here. I think we got time for a third draft. Feeling it. Zach Ertz, I like that. Terry McLaurin. No Daniels though. I do have a gut call here. I think we're gonna see. We've seen this really awesome play out of Daniel so far. I think it seems like he should at some point hit a rookie or a wall. People will figure him out a little bit. Defenses adjust. All right, we're filling these fast. Nice, one person, but pretty crazy. Like, this isn't a super strong QB slate, but pretty crazy for him to be going so close to Lamar Jackson. Ooh, okay. Pick 2. I kind of wanted to get a later pick here. This is not ideal. Keep making the same decisions. I don't think it'll happen, but ideal scenario here for me and how I'm drafting this week is that we get a lamb. Sheep to the lamb. Come on. AW is going to pass him up. What's up, Bryant? Bryant's in here. Maybe watching Rocket Sauce. Mystery Pope. Mistro Pope. I've seen. Dave's in here. Chris. Yeah, so we did get some new names here. King Lobster. All right, CeeDee Lamb goes. Do we bite the bullet? Do we do it? All right. We can't do it. After we talk all this, we're going back to Amon-Ra. He's due for a stealing game. Especially if we're talking about fading that running game, talking about how those two guys take from each other. those guys are taken from each other, then I mean, why not, Alman-Ra? Hey, Rocket Sauce. Nope, not the goat. We're the sheep. Don't get it confused. In fact, I actually dislike goats. Copper's here. What's up, Copper? Yeah. So have some childhood trauma related to goats. Well, if I leave it at that, does that sound bad? Does that sound weird? Too weird? Do I need to explain? It's not a terribly long story, just kind of a weird one. Well, whatever. So I grew up out in the country, in the middle of some fields and stuff, and my neighbor had bought the farm, actually my dad's family farm, and he started a petting zoo there and rescued horses and stuff, and yeah, he had a bunch of goats. Classic street joke punchline right there. I did not have relations with a goat. That is not the punchline of this story. But that I did, that is why I'm explaining it, because that is the obvious jump. But no, it's pretty simple. He had a bunch of goats, but there's this one big one in particular that had one horn, just one big horn, and it was as tall as me as at his 10-year-old kid. And sometimes when I'd get dropped off after school, I'd just go over, and he didn't mind. I could go hang out and look at the animals or whatever. This goat just was always a menace. I don't remember its name, but it was a menace. It would just chase me and follow me around, and that's my goat trauma story. Just did not like that goat, and he did not like me, and I don't really like goats since. It did not have any magic. It only had anger. So, what's? I'm surprised nobody's made an evil. There's got to be some fantasy out there that has an evil unicorn, the good unicorn and the bad one. If not, let me get writing my deep fantasy novel. But yeah, the reverse unicorn is a one-horned goat that chases you around as a kid. Did almost fall off one of his horses, or the saddle slid off the side. Yeah, I'm having all my animal-related, neighbor-related trauma coming to my brain right now. That was scary too. I never really super learned how to ride the horses. Mostly he would just lead the horse while I was on it. But so to continue, I don't know, we're just off the rails on the third draft here. Sheep story time. I also hate peacocks because of that petting zoo. So he had in one of the corn cribs, you know what that is, shout out for being rural, or I don't know what to say, but one of the corn cribs where they keep all the corn usually for the cows and whatever, he kept peacocks. And I don't know how many out there know what a peacock sounds like, And I'm not. I can do it. My family's trying to go to sleep, so I'm not going to do my loud peacock sound because these things also tormented you because they sound like a child crying for help. It's like a really loud child crying for help. And middle of the night, summer night, you got the window open, the neighbors' peacocks going nuts. It is no good. It is no good. And my poor grandmother who lived in the house on the other side. Anyway, yeah, she was old and she literally thought they were kids crying for help. And yeah, it was no good. It was no good. All right, what are we doing here? We're playing fantasy football. We're taking Chubba again. Yeah, well, named Henry. That's funny. Because that's my son's name. But yeah, Peacock's annoying. All right, what are we doing here? Let's get Sam Laporta. Let's build a double Detroit stack here. It has not been there so far, but maybe this week is the week. Yes, exactly. Peacocks sound like kids crying for help. Like, they're awesome to look at, sure. And I'd be able to collect their feathers, so I had a sweet peacock feather collection in my room as a kid. Can't beat that. It looks awesome. North Mississippi. Every now and then I see goats on the side of the road. Yeah. And it's fine. Most goats are fine. Most goats just want to be fed. They don't mind if you pet them. But this one, the evil unicorn goat, was my nemesis. He was my nemesis. All right. Is there a Dallas piece? We were just talking about this. Let's just highlight these guys. We are probably not, most definitely not taking Turpin, but yeah, just stay away from the goats with one horn. Maybe he was just compensating. Maybe he was just a dick because he didn't have that second horn and he felt less than. I just perpetuated that by running away from him. Maybe he needed to be supported. I will say that I love 12-man drafts, but as soon as you do 10 of them, hug a goat. As soon as you do 10 of them, at a certain point, looking at everybody drafting, you're like, yeah, okay, these are the same players everybody's putting together in different combinations. So I do wonder if there's some value to just getting just super nuts with ADP. I mean, go back. Woof. If we go back to my second team, right? So Kyron had an ADP. So I took Ayuk first on this team that won. Right? I took Ayuk first, and he really underperformed. I could have probably replaced him with a bunch of guys later drafting, or taking someone else there, in that same area, probably could have done better than his 7.3. So I took him first, and then I took yeah, Kyron is my second pick. Who, that week I was all in on Kyron, similar to Chuba this week. But I picked him 15, 33 ADP, and then it was all about having Juwan Jennings that week, right? And to some extent, Malik Neighbors was a great pick where he was going. So this team is almost all at ADP, right? Look at the rest. Brock Purdy fell. That's not crazy that QB falls in draft. But we took him at 58. But essentially, we took one guy just way out of context of ADP, and we were able to put together this other group, which was unique from how everybody else was drafting. People were not going Ayuk, Kyron, and I got there. So I don't know. I just think maybe that people really need to get outside of their comfort zone and how much they adhere to ADP even in these 12-man drafts, maybe especially in the 12-man drafts, because they are the team, total team projection can be so flat of everybody taking the same pieces at the same area. But I don't know. That's just all theory. I have no data. I don't even follow it very much. So, but I think you can get kind of crazy if you want. Like Alec Pierce here. This is, I don't know what they're doing here with their overall construction of this lineup, Kamara, Diggs. But Pierce, Mooney, just getting different. I don't know. I feel like I prefer a piece that projects better than Pierce when doing this, but just going with the theory that, building this team differently than how everybody's building their teams. All right, what do we got here? Okay, so we have both of our options of Tolbert and Dowdle. So projections say Dowdle in this case, right? But with this team context that we're building, the passing, I think I want to take Tolbert. Not miss my pick, okay? I took who I wanted. And then we're up right away. Let's see who needs quarterbacks. Most people have quarterbacks, but I do not like this. With this wild card on the end, we're just going to lock in our Jared Goff for our double stack. And we're going to see what we want to do. I don't want to push Goff past the wild card like that. Otherwise, everybody else has a quarterback. Kristen on quarterback. Could be going for Baker or Baker's gone. Why are people taking unstacked Baker Mayfield? Oh, they stacked him with Bucky Irving. Okay. Not terrible, but I just do not get what people are doing in these contests. Sorry, didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I was just looking at your team rocket there as I was talking about unstacked quarterbacks, and I just took your guy. So my apologies, but it was part of my stack team. So that's my defense. I do feel bad, but that's where we're at. We'll just say it was no one's fault. It was an unhappy circumstance. And we'll just go hug a goat. What do we want to do to finish this team off? Is there a running back we are interested in? Maybe. I mean, the super Dallas Detroit stack is kind of interesting. Like if that game totally goes off, I don't think he'll make it back. What do we got? Chris has got a one running back team. Oh, there it goes. So we don't even have to plan for that anymore. Yeah, I definitely would take Dowdle if he came back in that big game stack. Let's see what King Lobster on the end here does. Stroud with Diggs. So, okay. Maybe I should have assumed that to be that way. Maybe I wanted to go Tolbert Dowdle there. Retrospect, maybe that was the right move. Mark Andrews is their tight end. All right, what do we want to do? Shahid's there. Calvin Ridley not seem to be on my radar. Josh Downs is interesting. Potentially Josh Downs, Trey Sermon. Shahid is gone. Okay. Downs is interesting. Maybe they try to boost his confidence with whatever's going on. Try to get him a touchdown. That's an interesting play. Someone who I probably would have taken here that I've been on all week is Jacoby Myers, who is doubtful for Sunday. Oh, that's interesting. Our queue's just getting destroyed here. Our queue is destroyed. I like Ladd here potentially. How much? When is Cortland Sutton going to have a game? Is he ever going to have a game? Ray is interesting with our Chuba pick. We're going to go off. Oh, man. We're just going to go safe. I'm playing it safe here. I like the team too much. I don't want to get like Pittman's interesting, but he'd be a lot more interesting if Richardson wasn't playing. But we're just take a nice projected middle of the road guy. If he gets a touchdown, and our game stack goes off and our cheaper play works out. I think we're doing good. All right. Well, appreciate all of you hanging out this evening. I'll probably be in the lobbies a little more tonight, doing a few more. Get to 10 or 12 drafts for Sunday before lock. Assuming no overlay. Yeah, here we are. Thank you for jumping on. I appreciate it as always. Anyone that wants to hang out and listen to me tell stories about goats and peacocks and maybe draft some teams. Still, got to draft a winner on stream too. Anyway, I'm rambling now. Maybe I should just go to bed, but I won't, because that's not what I do. I'm sure there's other people out there like that. So yeah, thanks for joining. Good luck tomorrow. And yeah, don't forget, go to Stacking Dingers if you want to get into baseball, best ball. Subscribe to this channel. I'd really like to get to that 500 subscribers number. I don't really ask for subscribers. Actually, subscribe to the Stacking Dingers channel too, if you're out there, YouTube channel, because I'd like to get that one. One of these I would like to get to 500, so I could maybe monetize a little bit and pay for the stupid StreamYard price increase, because I hate companies. Anyway, good night, Price. Good night, Rocket. And good night to everybody.